Hi, I'm Leigh Marsden and this is a trauma-informed yoga session. Here we'll be practicing connecting with the body, connecting with the feeling of the breath and of the body in various movements and forms. I invite you to participate as much or as little as you would like, depending on how you're feeling today. You can practice from your mat or from a chair. You're welcome to use a cushion or a blanket to create comfort for yourself. Today we're practicing various movements and forms with the shoulders and the spine. So let's begin. I invite you to orient your eyes to the space that you're in today. Even if it's a familiar space, allow yourself some moments to let your eyes glide around the room, taking in the various furniture, other parts of the room. And this is a settling process, relaxing the eyes, and eventually finding some place where you'd like to rest your eyes. And you can change this at any time. Some people feel comfortable closing their eyes. And wherever you are, I invite you to turn your awareness toward the feeling of your breathing. Noticing how the breath is coming at this moment. Natural, however it's flowing. With awareness that various other thoughts may come and go anytime or constantly throughout this process. And if you would like to, you could add a little bit to your breath here. So adding on to your inhale and adding on to your exhale, so that the inhale and exhale are slightly longer or deeper than your regular breath. Continuing to explore this for a few rounds if it's feeling comfortable. And as you do this natural or added on breath, starting to notice the sensations that are associated with this breath. No expectation of what that should be. Just whatever sensations are arising in these next few rounds. And then I invite you to settle back down to natural breath. And you're most welcome to change your seat if you need to, or at any time throughout. Bringing your awareness towards your shoulders. Eyes can be open or closed. And if you'd like to, just starting to move your shoulders up and down in a shrug. Shoulders to ears, And then shoulders relaxed. Feeling the space between your shoulders and ears getting smaller and larger with this movement. Perhaps observing whether the shoulders are feeling similar, or is there a difference? And from the down position, rolling the right shoulder, if you would like to, big circles backwards. You might like to alternate between eyes open and closed. You can also orient your eyes to different places in the room, perhaps changing the direction of the rolling. You might like to hang your arm on the side, especially if you are sitting in the chair. Get more of a feeling of the weight of your arm. Switching to the other side if this movement is working for you, rolling the left. Feeling the difference between rolling forwards and backwards. And then if you'd like to, both at the same time. Just releasing for now any judgment that is arising about the feeling in your shoulder or commentary, allowing it to pass through and focusing on the sensation instead. And eventually, when you feel ready, resetting your shoulders back and down and lifting yourself up in your seat. And for a moment, observing sensations in your shoulders. And an option next to circle your arms in time with your breathing. So combining the breath and movement, bringing your arms to the side if you'd like, turning your thumbs backwards, big lift up through your spine, and inhaling to take your arms overhead. Exhale, hands sliding down the midline, feeling the touch of your palms. And we'll repeat this a few times, or pausing with the hands at the chest if you would like a moment. And if you'd like to continue to coordinate your breath with the movement, it's the inhale sweeping up and exhale sliding down. Noticing how your shoulders feel in this movement. Perhaps your breath lasts for the whole movement, or perhaps there's a pause as the movement catches up with your breath. If you would like to, as you come to the center of your chest, you could interlace your fingers, scoop your hands under, and take your hands overhead with your elbows hugging in. Maybe your hands come all the way overhead, and maybe it's only part way. Feeling the extension here, the effort of lifting the arms overhead and long. And contrasting this with the feeling of letting your arms float down all the way back beside you. Perhaps trying that with the other finger uppermost, so walking the hands up one, tucking under, scooping overhead, feeling this lift and extension, the effort of the form, and the contrast of the arms floating down. I invite you now to change your position if you would like to into kneeling, or stay in your current seat if that feels better. I'm going to sit on my feet. You might like to sit on a cushion or a yoga block if you have one. So creating comfort for yourself in your form that you choose. And when you're ready, when you've arrived, reorienting your eyes. Maybe a moment with eyes closed if that is comfortable. Observing sensations of your legs after that change. And then a little more with the shoulders if you'd like, bringing your arms out to cactus, so 90-degree arms, and spreading your fingers wide. On your inhale, perhaps squeezing your shoulder blades together, big broad chest, and then exhale, bringing your arms to touch and gently rounding in through your spine. So the inhale takes us wide, exhale, rounding in. And a few more like this if you would like, feeling the broadness of chest and the touch of the hands at the center. And then we can go through a wrap if you would like, bringing one arm on top of the other and squeezing in. And again, feeling the touch of the hands on the sides. Noticing which arm you have uppermost. And if you'd like, taking the other one uppermost, squeezing shoulder blades and wrapping in. You might like to tuck your chin to your chest. Maybe you'd like to repeat that movement a few more times, or coming back to your neutral spine and shoulders. And from this seat that we're in here, I invite you to bring your hands around behind and find either the hands or the forearms or maybe elbows behind. So a feeling of broadening the chest again, holding some place that feels suitable. Experimenting with different places to hold if you would like. Different arms uppermost. And if you'd like, settling into one form for a few breaths. If you are holding your hands behind your body, you might like to take your hands further away if there's space to do so. And then releasing your hands back to the front, and if you would like, a few more rolls of your shoulders. Prioritizing comfort for yourself And deciding if you'd like to change your seat, we have one more option here. And it's going to be an alternating between internal and external rotations for the shoulders. So the movement is bringing one arm uppermost and one underneath, touching your fingers or your clothing behind, and then changing over to the other side uppermost and the other one underneath. You can move in time with your breath if you would like. You can hold each side for a few breaths if you prefer. There's no expectation that you will reach your fingers. Really getting a sense here of the feeling of your arm bone moving in the shoulder socket. Are there any other sensations that you notice as you do this movement or hold the form? And then releasing all the way out. And our final option, this session is going to be a rolling ragdoll. So if you would like to, I invite you to find your feet with your hands supportive on the mat. Feel free to bend your knees or put your hands on a block or some cans or books. You can also put your elbows on your knees. With a generous bend through your knees, I invite you to relax your neck and then slowly begin rolling up, feet hip distance apart, knees bent. Just feeling this movement of the spine. Bringing your shoulders back as you arrive, maybe lifting up your face to the ceiling. And then rolling back down again with that movement in reverse. Bringing your shoulders forward, bending your knees, letting your head hang down. Just coming to a comfortable forward fold form. And if you would like to, you can repeat that movement. Ragdoll up. Feeling yourself at your full height. And then making your way back down again. Feel free to pause the video and repeat this several times if you would like. When you're ready, coming back to kneeling or sitting. And once again, observing the natural flow of your breath. And finally here today, I invite you to bring your palms together, the center of your chest. Thank you for your practice today. Namaste.